Hello. I'm waiting for everyone else. I don't know what this waiting room thing is, but how's it going, Abigail?
It's going good. How about with you?
Good. Just maintaining our sanity by going outside every day.
Same.
It's good. It's good. At least we have good weather to go outside.
Yes, for
I'm
sure.
thankful for that.
For sure. It was real rough when it was rainy.
I know. I know it. I should have, I think, 2 other people coming in, so I'm just going to give them a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right, well, while I'm waiting for everyone. How's everything going? How are your DMOs?
I've been sticking with some of them, not sticking with all of them as I would like. But
how many do you have?
I have a list. I have like a whole like daily schedule for myself of when to post. I just a couple of days ago, I decided to go through all of my Facebook friends and pick the ones that I thought I might like to eventually share ketones with. So I picked like close to 30 people that I might like to share ketones with eventually, and I marked them as my close friends so that I'll see their stuff. And I'd like to go through. Hi.
Hello.
You keep talking. My internet goes in and out, but I'll share when you're done. You keep going.
Oh, okay. So I'd like to be going on and like commenting on their stuff every day and like liking their stuff and being active on their page. But I just like made the list like 2 days ago. So I'm going to be I'm adding that to my list of DMOs to try to build connections that way and get my stuff more in people's feeds.
Yes, that's great. And, you know, one thing I do a lot, right before I go to make my own post, the people who I, you know, have liked my post or commented on my things or I'm messaging, I will go to their Facebook profile and just like a couple things, comment on a couple of things, and then I'll do that for about 15 minutes with different people, and then I will go ahead and go and make my post.
Okay.
And that helps gain some attraction and getting your stuff in their feed. So what you're doing is perfect.
Okay.
But do that like right before you go to make a post.
Okay.
Then people will start seeing your stuff, and you'll get that organic, you know, built.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's good to know the timing of it.
Yeah, it seems to really do well for me. I don't know if y'all saw my last post where with the one with the blue Prove It shirt, and I was like, you know, my mom bought me these shorts.
Yeah.
So got a lot of traction off of that. And I think it was mostly because I spent about 15 to 30 minutes and went through all my messages and a couple of my Freebie Friday posts that people had liked, and I went on their page and I was liking their stuff and I was commenting, and then I created that post and, you know, pushed it through from Instagram, and it did really well. So that's a great tip.
Yeah, I'll definitely start doing that. Hey
everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'll unmute you. Hold on. I don't know if I have to unmute y'all or what. Okay.
No, no, everybody's talking. My internet will go in and out, but hey, something that I was thinking of, Jamie, that you reminded me of, what you're doing is kind of like the Green Light Challenge. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Yes.
So, hey, Jamie. Oh, I was in my eyeball. Hey, Jamie, did you ever watch the social media?
I'm on a call.
The social media what?
Did you ever watch the advanced one?
I think, was that with Jessie Lee?
Yeah.
With Jessica Craig.
Jessie Lee.
Yes, I did see that one. That's pretty close to the Green Light Challenge. You're right.
So if I keep going in and out, I'm so sorry. But if you can hear me, once you get, you know, posting, the social media advanced is great. It's kind of a lot to take in, but it's very similar to what Jamie, or if you were to do that, Abigail, is just message those people. But what she teaches you in is all you do is go into Messenger and figure out who's active, and you legitimately just go send a whole bunch of messages. Hi, how's it going? Hi, because it's gonna like put people in your feed. So it's very similar. It's just commenting on people's stuff. But I didn't mean to jump in, Jamie. You go, and then I'll help answer questions.
That's perfect. So I'll show you guys what she's talking about. You see how on your messenger, your messenger pops up, right? And you go over to people. And these are like all the people who are active on your page right now. You literally just go in and message them like, hey, how are you doing? Like, you're not talking about ketones. You know, you're just like saying, hey, dude, like, it's been 5 years. How have you been, man? Like, what's new? And then they start seeing your stuff because you're messaging them, right? So that's like a great attraction piece. And that's actually one of my DMOs that I do every day consistently, because I know in the beginning it can be really hard, and like you're trying to juggle in putting this into your lifestyle, you know, when you already have a crazy life. So I get that, and it can be overwhelming. And so you just have to find ways to make it work, you know, 15 to 30 minutes just before your post. if you can get that time to do that, that's a great thing. And, you know, there's so many trainings on everything that it can be like super overwhelming, but they're really powerful in small increments. You know, like if you do one video a day, if you take an hour for yourself a day or once a week to watch those videos and kind of learn a couple golden nuggets in between, that's a great way to do that, you know, and try to manage your time. Because I had a girl who's newer than all of y'all, and she messaged me today and she's like, I am so stressed out. Like, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, everyone feels like that. I was like, I feel like that. And I've been doing it a year, you know, like I quit once a week, right? Like, but I don't, you know, it just, the business is a roller coaster and you got to take it in stride. And sometimes in the beginning it can be disheartening because there's a lot of rejection sometimes, and you know, people are like, I don't know about this, but just stay the course, stay consistent, you know, keep doing the things that you're doing, and it's going to eventually ripple effect later on, a few months down the line. And I can attest to that because I'm living it right now. Like, I'm getting to a point where my business is kind of taken off and I'm like, okay, this is great. You know, how do I manage this level now? But I remember this time 7-8 months ago, I was like, I just can't get anybody on board. You know, what is the deal? Like, it's just my sister and my aunt. Like, why? You know, so try to look at the bigger picture and realize like you're building your faith in people and your trust in people, and they're learning about your journey too. So just stay the course, stay consistent, and it's gonna come. And when you're feeling down, lean on us, like message us, be like, I feel defeated today, and we'll help you through that. You know, like, it's not easy. This business is not easy. It's pretty simple, but it's not easy. Right, Stephanie? I live by that quote. So,
First of all, I'm so proud of you. You can, Jamie and Tessa, both of you, like, well, from a year ago till now, watching you, it's the consistency of posting no matter what people say. You didn't care. You posted because you were using it for yourself, and people are finally going, oh, they're actually still here. Because I can promise you, Tessa would say the person that enrolled her is not here because she got frustrated and she wanted people to join fast, and she wasn't willing to wait, and she wasn't willing to give it the time that it needed. But now, like, we're going to share a really cool story on Sunday that you guys are going to hear. I don't know if you guys know who Ashley Brandon is, but Ashley Brandon is on Mandy Mitchell's team. Legitimately has been here for, I want to say 2 or 3 years, and kind of had things going for a while, then dropped off, had some struggles, got back on. She's number 2 in the entire company for enrollments this month because she stuck with something called TikTok when it wasn't cool, and everybody made fun of her. And even her team was like, this isn't going to work. And now she's enrolling 100 people. Like, you guys, it's gone nuts. But all she did is she found one thing she wanted to do. She stayed with it, and it took her 3 years, but she figured it out. She learned how to be consistent. She plugged into the team. She loved ketones. She shared on all other platforms, but she also got enough courage to do something that nobody said would work. And now she's killing it.
It's so incredible.
It's cool.
I need to find her on TikTok. Hey, I love TikTok.
Do everything she does. Everything. I mean, her name is Ashley Brandon.
I know. I need to write her down for reals.
Just
All right. So, I want to hear from a couple of you. Abigail, so tell me, what are some goals for yourself for this week in order to move your business forward? What do you want to do? What are some things you think you want to implement or that you're doing now that you want to stay consistent?
I want to implement the messaging that you just talked about. Seeing people saying like, hey, how are you? So that my posts will show up in their feeds. I like that idea, and I'd like to start doing the 15 minutes before I post, commenting and liking things on the list of people that I made. I'd like to start doing that a little more consistently. And then I
How many
also,
times are you posting? Are you posting like once a day?
I was posting like 3 times a day, but I wasn't sure if that was like too much. Like, I didn't know if that was too much. So I'm trying to get down. I'm going to try 1 a day and see if maybe that gets more attention than posting 3 times a day. And then I was doing like 10 stories a day, but then I was like, I don't know if that's too much, like too many stories. So I'm trying to find like the balance.
Quit overthinking it.
Yeah, I'm just like
If you
trying
like
to find
it, post it.
Yeah.
It'll come.
So
That's what I would say. Don't overthink it. Like if you're inspired, if it's something you want to share, like it doesn't matter. Post it.
Okay.
As long as you're not a Facebook billboard walking for prove it,
Okay.
you can have 2,500. My sister's got like 100 stories every day. And I'm like, Britt, that's a bit much, but she still has a ton of people that buy clothes from her every single day. So
Okay.
it's just fine.
All right.
Abby, I want you to implement one thing. Growing your book group.
Okay.
Just so y'all know, Abigail has created a Facebook group for it's like a virtual book club, because she went on Facebook and realized she couldn't find one she liked, so she made one, which I think is so amazing. So I want you to focus on growing that group and finding ways to do that.
Okay.
A lot of training and stuff too. And I can talk to you one-on-one about that too,
Okay, yeah.
because my keto
Yeah.
group has gone totally nuts. It's like 5
Yeah, that would
minutes.
yeah, that would be awesome, because I don't fully know what I'm doing with the group. I'm posting, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So that would be really good.
Okay. Because posting is great, but you also want to have an audience for those posts, right?
Exactly.
So you have to work on the back end of that too sometimes. Implement that somewhere where you're communicating with other groups and getting to know people and commenting on things in other groups. Like that's part of my DMO too. I have 4 groups, because any more than that and it's too many, and you could just do 1 or 2 to start. 2
Okay.
groups that you're very active in, that is an active group but isn't a humongous group. You want to have a tighter knit group, something under like, I don't know, like a couple thousand people, maybe less than that. Like, so you want a good group, something you have in common, and you're going to comment and you're going to get to know people and you're going to make posts in there. And then once you start talking to people just about whatever that group is, not ketones, then you friend request them, and that's how you build your network. And then once you have them on your friends list, you invite them to your group. And that's how you build that network. It's kind of the ripple effect, right? So you just, that's a great way to get out, reach out and find new friends. And once this is all over, there's local events. So yeah, that would be fun. I want to do that.
Yeah, I really want to go to events.
So, yeah.
We all do.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah! So yeah, focus on building your audience,
Okay.
That's really important. And that's something that I work on every day, because, I've gotten to a point where like, okay, I've talked to everyone, time to make new friends, right?
Yeah.
Or, I'm not getting as much engagement as I used to, time to make some new friends. So that's a great way to do that. All right, Jenna, what are your DMOs and some goals you have for this week?
Well, since I'm still pretty new at it, and before I started, I really didn't have anybody on my news feed that talked about ketones other than you. So my goal is just to try to, hello Willow, to try to put the product on my news feed as far as, getting educational things about it. That way people, if they ask me, I could tell them, educational things. But just as far as, putting it out there and just, continue showing them how we do it. Like I said, I didn't really have nobody on my news feed that did it. So right now, you know, until I can get more products in to kind of really share them, I'm just kind of, you know, showing my drinks, you know, trying to do educational videos, things like that to try to gain attention.
That's perfect. That's great. And don't forget to just sprinkle it in, right? Like you don't want it to be prove it, prove it, prove it. Like you want it to be like the babies and
Yes.
you know, your garden or your backyard or you know, just sprinkle prove it in between your lifestyle, between your life.
I got my little girl right beside us too.
Look.
There's Willow. Her name's Willow.
Yeah, so sweet. They're very close in age.
Hey, you said something about when you have product and stuff. Don't worry about that part. For me, Jamie, you come in, help. If you get people who are interested as you're sprinkling stuff in, that's where we can come in and help too, because we have the product, or like Stephanie has it, or we have someone around who has it who can help. So don't
Okay.
you have to like about samples, or they'll still use your link and stuff once join your team, but we can at least help with getting in their hands.
Cutting out super
Okay.
bad. Did you get that?
It's
Anyway, yeah, like don't worry about so much about educating. Just talk about how they make you feel and how you feel good, and you know, like focus on. I focus more on those videos too, like when people ask me in personal messages, like I'll send the video directly to them and say, hey, you know, skip to this minute marker, and they talk about that.
What
or
can I
you know,
write
I
on?
get what you're doing, and I think
What
it's
can I write on?
educating
Oh.
and teaching, you know, your audience, because I know that you have a lot of people
This.
on your page
Can I
that
write
are
on this
watching you, and I've
Can I
noticed
write on this?
like they've never heard about keto, they've never heard
Can
about
I
Yeah.
write on
sounds like
this?
nothing
Can I
about
write on
healthy
this?
living like at all, so you're kind of introducing them to those. So
Yes.
I love that. But you could also
What can I
even
write
go
on?
live and just talk about it from your perspective and what
This?
it's done for you too.
Can
You
I write
know,
on this?
people,
Yeah, I'm still building up that courage.
they love to put a face to your feeling,
Can I write on
you know,
this?
like, and you
Please?
can really emulate that. I know lives are scary, but and you know, you're just like me with two little ones, so you know how my lives are.
Yeah.
It's real life. There's interruptions, there's yelling, there's screaming. I mean, and that's okay. Like people are like, look, she's just a normal girl. Like I literally had a girl be like, yeah,
And
I
the
follow
letter A.
people on Instagram who are like big Instagram people who drink the products you drink, but I wanted to order from you because you're a mama like me. Like literally. So it's like, just be relatable, just be yourself, you know? And like,
Yeah.
and to me, that was like, I was like, oh my gosh, that makes me feel so special. Like that you think that about me, like that we're relatable, you know? And I'm starting to build that trust with people. So just like the hardest thing I've had to learn is like, don't compare yourself, you know, and just be you and just talk about the product and how it makes you feel instead of like trying to teach everyone everything. Like that gets super hard and
Yeah.
it's stressful. So like just be you, just be like, look, I don't know, watch this video. The stuff is made by scientists and doctors and it tastes so good and it makes me feel like the bomb. I've lost 15 pounds. Like, I don't know, just watch this. It's
I
great.
want to
you know?
write something.
So
Yeah.
just be genuine, you know, and that's the and people will feel that in you and they'll know that,
Mom,
you know, you're not just trying to
write me a
Yeah.
to just say, look, this is how it makes me feel. So I'm
Write me a big heart.
Yeah.
Write me a heart. So is it one line, two line, one line, two? One line?
All right. So what other, do y'all have any like struggles, questions, anything you want to ask or Stephanie or Tessa?
I was to say, does anybody have any questions?
At the moment.
Abby, what about you?
I guess I would say, how do you know, so like when you're building relationships with people and you're getting to know them, how do you know when the right time is to bring up
the ketone conversation, because I have some people that I've been talking to that I think would like it, but I'm not sure. I don't know how to bring it up correctly. And I know we've talked about this before, but it would be good to have like a refresher on it.
Yeah, Stephanie.
I'm trying to hold you, draw.
About that?
Trying to hold you, done.
It's so loud in my house. So here's the deal. Don't mess up good for perfect. So have they ever commented on any of your posts? Like, have they ever liked it? Like, are they people on Facebook, like in your social media?
They're on my social media, but I talk with them mostly over text message. We text.
Oh, so once you build a relationship, I always think to this, they know that I'm not just selling them something. So when you feel the time is right, you're also going to have to make the ask. We talk about the power of the ask.
Yeah.
So maybe someday you're like, oh, hey girl, just shaking up my ketones, thought of you. Hey, how's your day? Have the conversation you're having and go, hey, have you actually seen me talk about ketones? Do you even know what these are? Like, I've never felt better. I just dominated my laundry. What are you up to? Like, just kind of throw it in there and see what they say. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, you don't have to go, hey, I was just wondering if you would like to watch this video. You don't have to do that. Like, if I had somebody that I want to talk to and I haven't been able to like bring it up, I'll just say something like, oh, I just shook up my ketones, taking the kids for a walk, doing all of the things. I feel amazing. How's your day? I don't know. You just kind of throw it in of like, what are you up to?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that help kind of?
Yeah, that's good. It's
Sometimes
There's not like a
just
perfect
gotta like,
way.
sometimes you just gotta like swallow it and
Right.
just be like, hey, look, I've been drinking these things. They feel awesome sauce. You should try them.
Yeah.
Because I had like 3 of my best friends in the last 3 months get on ketones, and I like one of them called me and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy these ketones, and you're a bitch for never asking me. And I was like, you know what? I am. Why did I ask you? You're my best friend. Like, duh.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
So, sometimes just do it. Sometimes people are just waiting for you to ask them,
Yeah.
Well, why drawing on
All
there?
right, Jenna, what about you? Any questions? Anything you're struggling with?
So far, just because I'm new, I'm just trying to take it day by day, honestly.
Y'all, Jenna's killing it. I mean, she's a boss.
I'm trying.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the evening. This was a great call. I'm trying to do this like every other week. I've got a couple of promoters who are just really scared, I think. Heather and Hope in that group, they're having a hard time. They're feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling rejection from people. So I'm trying to find ways to kind of lift them up. So I'm going to start sending like little inspirationals in our group message to try to just make them feel a little better. And we'll see how that goes. But y'all are doing an amazing job. I'm proud of you for sticking it out. I know it isn't easy in the beginning. So I hope y'all have a good week. And I will check in on your DMOs and see how you guys are doing next week, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Accountability.
Sounds good. All right.
I love it. Nice job, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. Well, much love to everyone. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for calling in and taking your time.
Hi, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.